Well, my presentation has been all about how brands can drive growth, leveraging on a book that's now become the Bible in most headquarters, from Unilever to Coca-Cola, Mondelez, Procter & Gamble, a book called How Brands Grow, that effectively shows how the brands that have consistently outgrown the competition are the ones that have been able to master both the mental and the physical availability. The mental availability being the ability for a brand to be, the probability for a brand to be recognized or thought of at the point of purchase, but the physical availability being the key for that brand to actually being present when and where it needs to be. And this is a massive challenge, especially in the modern retail landscape, because it's becoming increasingly more fragmented. There is new and smaller formats appearing every day, and therefore monitoring these channels is becoming a gigantic challenge using traditional methods. So there's two phenomenal challenges which are also phenomenal opportunities for growth. One is the pharmacy channel is traditionally a hugely fragmented one, and the sheer scale of numbers involved makes it impossible using traditional methods, or financially prohibitive, to monitor those channels in an effective way and in a consistent and regular way. So crowdsourcing and BeMyEye can represent, and do represent for some of them already, some of them in the audience today, by the way, a phenomenal tool in order to perfect and improve their go-to-market strategy. The second challenge is that in most markets, UK paving the way, the liberalization of consumer healthcare means that you can now find a lot of the products that you typically used to find in pharmacies only, in convenience stores, in supermarkets. So the same logics of FMCGs are now applying to pharma and consumer healthcare, which means that they now need to even more so embrace this concept of perfect store execution, and monitoring that perfect store execution is essential for them to make sure that that physical availability matches the mental availability they've been able to create. We showed an amazing video about the GB rowing team winning the gold medal by focusing by 2 centimeters against the Canadians, and what we love about that story is that the team focused for 4 years, not on the 2,000 meters that the race was about, but on the last 2 strokes, which they knew would be fundamental to win. We draw the analogy with the consumer goods industry. There's a lot of focus, as rightly should be, in everything that comes before the product hitting the shelf. Call it product development, market research, consumer insights, focus groups, a lot of money and time invested in that. But if you don't focus on those last 2 centimeters, when your product is actually where it needs to be and when it needs to be, all your efforts will be wasted. So focus on those last 2 centimeters and reach your growth potential.